Did you know we are in the midst of a revolution? It is true. There is currently an entertainment revolution happening. What is this entertainment revolution that I'm speaking of? Well, it has a lot to do with distribution. Netflix, YouTube, Vimeo, Amazon Prime. If we'd like to, if we decide that we want a certain thing to happen with this revolution, we can influence it. And I think that's what we should do. Hey, I'm G, and this is the G-Spot. We are beginning to cross a line. The line that we are beginning to cross is it's becoming too late for the average Joe to really break into this industry. Networks and movie studios are getting a solid grip on what's going on. They are gaining control of these new distribution methods. I don't think it's anything that's going to happen tomorrow, but I think if there is not a push from average Joe filmmakers to get their films out there, that in about 5 years this opportunity is going to be gone for us. And we're going to find that really there's only sites like YouTube and Vimeo left to upload our media. Even though they're going to be there, actually being successful on these sites is going to become more and more difficult. That's a big maybe. And the maybe really lies within our hands. As creators, as filmmakers, as artists, what is our job to help ensure that we can make a living doing what we love doing? Well, it's quite easy, folks, and there is a way to do this. Now, right now, what we have is a resistance for audiences to watch independent production. Why? Because in the past, what they've learned is independent productions are really not that good. And you need to watch things from a network or movie studio who have lots and lots of funding in order to see quality film. We know that is absolutely not true. So what we have to do is change this belief in the audience's mind that they can only see quality when they turn to networks and movie studios. Let's look at the history of television, because history can teach us lots of things. Let's use this to figure out how we can get ourselves in this industry and not let them boot us out again. We want to stay here. If you take a look at the 70s, there's an interesting thing that happens on TV, and that is they start to really experiment with what they're offering the audience. There's been many times that the new shows have been offered where they've wanted to change the formula up, where they've wanted to offer the audience something new, and at first these shows do not do well. The shows didn't do well at first because the audience believed they did not want what the show had to offer. The audience believed it wanted what it was used to, just like we see now. The audience believes it wants big budget productions because that's what it's used to. But what these television shows did, what the producers of these shows knew, was if they keep shoving these shows down the audience's throat, eventually the audience will say, hey, you know what? This doesn't taste too bad. And as a matter of fact, I think I like it. And that is our clue. That's our door. That's our in, man. That's our way to ensure that this revolution that's going on, that's allowing the average Joe to produce films and series and distribute them, that the way that we can keep this going is by making sure we continually put out quality work and shove it down the audience's throat until they say, hey, you know what? This indie stuff doesn't taste too bad. And as a matter of fact, I think I like it. It will happen, people. We can do this. It is all in our hands. And not only do we have to put the work out, we have to do the other side of it, which none of us like, and that's promote our work. We have to keep shoving our work down the audience's throat. We have to teach the audience that independent work is good. That's kind of what has me on this topic here today, because what we've done at PJG Productions is officially launch our Patreon page. Patreon is a fantastic website that gives creators a way to make a living. There's writers on Patreon, there's artists on Patreon, there's filmmakers on Patreon, there's all sorts of creators on Patreon. You can find a creator that you like and you can pledge to support them as little as $1 a month. It's really, really a fantastic website. This is part of what is going to allow the average Joe to be a profitable creator, to make a living through art. And in order to keep this revolution going, people, creators need to keep producing. They need to get on sites like Patreon. They need to get on YouTube. They need to get their work out there. And then they need to promote it on social media. So I'm going to do my job for our production company today, because we're not in love with asking people for things, but we have to. We want to continue to produce quality work that hopefully reaches our audience on an emotional level, that hopefully is a catalyst in having people think about how they live their lives, what type of person they are, and how they can be the best person possible. That is the main goal in all our work. And we want to keep bringing you more web series and short films. And in order to do that, we need to make some money. So you can head over on to patreon.com/PJG Productions and support us through Patreon. Become part of our Patreon community. Monthly chat sessions, bi-monthly Google Hangouts. We love feedback and input. We love talking about creation. Of course, we love talking about our own work. And we love talking about other people's work. Head on over to Patreon. Check it out. Check out PJG Productions. Check out any site of an artist who inspires you. The environment for us to succeed is here, fellow creators. Let's just make sure we do our job, make as many creations as we can, the best creations possible, and get it out there for people to see. Because the audience will eventually learn that the indie industry has a ton of quality to offer. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Please check out my other vlogs if you found this interesting. If you like this video and if you believe in this revolution, please share this video. We also have some great poetry readings on PJG Productions done by Kay. We have some movie analysis done by P&J. And we have our 2 short films, The Cemetery Siren Project and Origin, the P&J story. If you like short films, be sure to check them out. They're really great. If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe and maybe even hit that bell so that you'll be alerted of all our new videos. We have Clone Stories, our newest short film, coming out at the end of the month. If you've ever wanted to be a producer, we have an opportunity for you to be listed as producer on our Clone Stories film for just $1. That's right, for just $1, you can be a producer. Just head on over to patreon.com/PJG Productions and go ahead and sign up in our community, and you can be listed on our Clone Stories film as a producer. Thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's just fucking horrible.